Hey, welcome back to YT Finance, and today we are talking about SoFi stock and SoFi stock news. We will be addressing what analysts' price targets are for SoFi stock, what Jim Cramer thinks of SoFi as an investment, when SoFi will become a profitable company, and why I personally think that SoFi stock is currently at an ideal price, which gives us as investors a great buying opportunity. I will also address why I think SoFi stock is extremely undervalued compared to the company's true value. Go and press the like button right now for more stock market news updates. Comment your SoFi stock price predictions for this year down below. Turn on subscription notifications if you are new, and now let's make you some free money with Webull. Webull is a free brokerage app where you can buy and sell stocks, options, and cryptocurrencies. But right now, you can get 2 free stocks with Webull. You can get the first free stock, which can be worth anywhere from $2 to $250 for just creating an account, and you can get a second free stock which can be worth up to $1,600 if you invest $100 or more on your first deposit. You will have a 1 in 100 chance of getting stocks like Facebook, Starbucks, or Snapchat, and you have a 1 in 50 chance of getting stocks like Google or Procter & Gamble. To get this offer, just press on the link in my description box down below, but do it quickly because this offer will not last forever. And without further ado, let's get into today's story. The fintech space is bringing banking to the masses, which means that now is a great time to invest into new and fast-growing fintech stocks like SoFi. In the last few months, SoFi stock has had a bumpy ride ever since the company went public through Chamath Palihapitiya's SPAC. Also, on August 12th, we will really be able to see deep into SoFi's financial results, which will provide solid data for us to use to then estimate their stock growth prospects. However, with that being said, SoFi is a great company that clearly stands out in the fintech space. SoFi has a relatively simple business model that produces massive amounts of revenue because the company is truly a one-stop shop for home loans, personal loans, school loans, debit cards, credit cards, stock investing, cryptocurrency trading, checking accounts, savings accounts, and many other financial services. SoFi is also an extremely successful company that has more than doubled their user base since last year. SoFi also has amazing 70% gross margins, and the company is continuing to grow. Currently, SoFi trades at 13 times their forward sales of $1 billion, but as the company continues to expand its loans to new users, the revenues will greatly increase and catch up. While some investors think that SoFi is currently overpriced according to their $13 billion market capitalization, I personally think that SoFi has such great growth ahead of them that an early investment right now will pay off handsomely in the next 2 years. According to analysts, buying SoFi stock at $16.50 or around there is a great buy because over the next 12 months, they predict that SoFi could be worth $27.50, which would be over a 66% upside potential. Even if the low-end price target is right of $25, you're still making great gains in the matter of 12 months. Jim Cramer of CNBC's Mad Money, who I rarely ever agree with, said this about SoFi Technologies, and I quote, "Frankly, I do not understand why this stock is where it is. I think Anthony Noto is doing a terrific job. I think at $15 you buy the stock. I think you just go buy it." End quote. And I actually agree with Jim Cramer here, just because the real value of SoFi as a company is so much higher than the current stock price, or at least the worth of $13 billion, and I'll explain more about that later in the video. I think now is a good time to buy SoFi stock because the stock has been downtrending ever since the end of January, and the price has continued to drop all the way from $25 to around $15, which is almost a 40% decline in price. However, this means that it's a great time to buy this stock. The decline in stock price actually has nothing to do with the company itself, and instead mainly comes from fears of inflation. Now, this doesn't mean that the stock will not continue to go down, but I'm saying that the actual worth of the stock is much higher than what the stock price is currently, so I always look for good bargains, and I think SoFi is a great bargain at this price. SoFi as a stock has still performed well since it went public because the stock is still up over 50% from its original price. Another thing to consider here is that SoFi is close to profitability. Although they announced a loss of $317 million last year, SoFi Technologies' path towards profitability is not that long. For instance, according to 3 industry analysts who follow SoFi Technologies, they predict that SoFi will have its last loss in 2022, so the break-even point is pretty close if you are willing to hold 12 to 24 months. The average annual earnings growth rate for SoFi Technologies is around 68%, which is fantastic. However, if analysts are wrong, it could take slightly longer than 18 months. According to the graphic on screen, for the rest of 2021 leading into 2022, SoFi is set to experience massive amounts of earnings growth, and this will also be in tandem with their revenue growth. So we see the largest amount of growth from 2021 into 2022, and then in 2023, they should be a profitable company. However, SoFi Technologies does have a high debt-to-equity ratio of 159%. To put that into perspective, a normal company should not exceed a 40% debt-to-equity ratio, but this also depends on the company and the sector. On the other hand, SoFi is a lender who is familiar with how to use debt properly, so they can use this debt strategically to set themselves up in a great positive direction. So I personally like how SoFi is betting on themselves by using debt. So if they are confident in their own business model, that makes me confident in them as well. Fundamentally, I think the company is great. They have a simple and proven business model. They have a great management team. I think they will be a great high-performing growth stock, and I think they are currently undervalued. So let me tell you why I think that the stock is undervalued. Without getting too nerdy or technical, I think the stock should be around $51 right now. The current price is around $15 to $16, but the fair value price is actually $51.46 according to this source. Now that doesn't mean that the stock will actually hit that price or even hit that price anytime soon, because the company is not the stock and the stock is not the company. What I'm personally betting on is that eventually investors will take a hold of this stock and understand the true value of the underlying company that this stock represents to a degree. The stock is still new to the market, and I anticipate more volatility will come, but there are plenty of reasons to like SoFi Technology stock. However, this does not mean to invest tens of thousands worth of dollars into the stock blindly. If you like this stock, then put a little capital into it to test the waters and see how it performs. If it performs well, then feel free to put more capital into it, and so forth. But what do you all think? Comment your thoughts down below. Remember to like this video right now, subscribe if you are new, and I will see you in the next YT video.